Hey everyone, this is the Ghostgamerr and welcome to my channel. After what felt like an eternity in the Marvel waiting room, Daredevil Reborn has finally landed, bringing back the one and the only Charlie Cox as the man without the fear. And it's not just him. We are seeing some familiar faces from the Netflix era return, which definitely sparkled a lot of excitement. Personally, I was counting down the seconds until all the episodes dropped so I could binge watch it. Without further ado, let's break it down. My review will cover the story, the writing, the characters, and whatever the future might hold. First up, the story. We find Matt Murdock grappling with a significant loss, one he feels responsible for. So, his brilliant solution? Give up being the daredevil, because that's always the answer in a superhero storyline. A year later, somehow, the Kingpin, yes, that Kingpin, is now the mayor. I guess the vote for the giant man who tried to crush Spider Man campaign really resonated with the electorate. Amidst all this, Matt's setting up his new firm with a former DA Kristen McDuffie and even starts dating a therapist, Dr. Heather Glenn. Because what a blind lawyer really needs is more drama in his love life. Oh, and speaking of love life, if you're thinking of Karen Page, then she's in San Francisco, probably enjoying the sunshine and fewer villains around her. Then comes the case of Hector Ayala, a seemingly good guy wrongly accused of murder. During his defense, Matt discovers Hector's secret identity as the vigilante White Tiger, a revelation that he uses to secure an acquittal. Cue to the celebratory high fives, which were immediately cut short because Hector gets killed by a Punisher copycat. Surely, why have one brooding vigilante when you can have two? And well, then, immediately kill one. Meanwhile, the Fisk household is in absolute turmoil. In a bizarre twist, Fisk and Vanessa are in couples therapy. Yes, you heard that right. The Kingpin, a man who uses enemy heads between car doors as stress balls, is in therapy. And the therapist? Matt's new girlfriend. Talk about conflict of interest, man. I'm picturing a lot of passive aggressive threats disguised as sharing his feelings. In a potentially MCU expanding episode, Matt, still operating as just Matt Murdock, foils a bank robbery and saves Yusuf Khan, Kamala Khan's father, who is none other than Miss Marvel. They also promise each other to catch up for dinner in Jersey City. Then we have Hector's niece, who apparently watched one too many episodes of Scooby Doo and decides to investigate her uncle's last case. Naturally, she gets kidnapped by a serial killer named Muse, who sounds like a rejected Bond villain. This finally gets Matt off his pity pot, and bam! Daredevil is back. It only took half of the season for the main character to actually, well, to be the main character. Mayor Fisk, in a stroke of genius, then creates the anti vigilante task force made up of, wait for it, dirty cops. Because who better to stop crime than actual criminals? Daredevil saves Hector's niece. Muse escapes, because of course he does, and we learn Muse is Heather's patient who thinks she inspired his murderous tendencies. This leads to a dramatic showdown in Heather's office where she gets injured, shoots Muse, and then faints dramatically. Daredevil, ever the gentleman, stabilizes her before the anti vigilante task force arrives, probably tipping each other over in their haste to do something. Fisk, realizing being mayor is cramping his style, decides to go on in kingpin mode again. He tries to get Bullseye killed in prison, but Bullseye, being Bullseye, escapes. Because subtlety is for other villains. Matt uncovers two crucial pieces of information here. Mr. and Mrs. Fisk are Heather's patient, and Vanessa's takeover of Fisk's empire has caused him immense grief and pain. So naturally, Matt goes to a fancy ball with Heather, gets shot by Bullseye while saving Fisk. Consequently, Fisk's first reaction is to thank Matt. Well, of course not. Fisk plunges New York City into darkness and orders Matt's assassination. Matt escapes and teams up with Frank Castle. Because why not throw another traumatized vigilante into the mix? This is, after all, the new Marvel way. They then investigate Fisk's Red Hook project. Frank gets his butt kicked while Fisk declares a curfew and kills the police commissioner. Well, I'm pretty sure he had his reasons. Finally, Daredevil decides he cannot beat Fisk alone and starts recruiting honest cops. That too in New York City. Well, good luck with that, buddy. That was the entire recap and review for this season of Daredevil Reborn. The writing is generally solid, though the initial episodes feel a bit slow as they lay the groundwork for the various subplots involving the White Tiger, Muse, the copycat Punisher, all leading to the inevitable clash between Mayor Fisk and the Daredevil. Personally, I found the writing to be slightly less nuanced as compared to the earlier seasons. And now that Marvel has got the reins, guess what? We have got VFX. Lots and lots of shiny CGI, which for me kind of cheapens the whole street level hero vibe. Remember when they were actually had to, you know what? Had to act? Good old times, man. Good old times. Now, speaking about the characters, Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio have been top class in this brand new season. They both give viewers ample plenty of reasons on why they have always been the showstoppers. Ayelet Zura, who plays Vanessa Fisk, has got plenty of screen time and does justice to her role. Margarita Leviva, who plays Dr. Heather Glenn, does not only look stunning but comes good on screen and adds to the conflict within Matt's character. All these characters, along with Deborah Ann Woll, John Berenthal, Vincent Bethel, and Michael Gandolfini, will return in season 2. Well, that's all for me now. I'll see you guys soon with another review. Thank you and cheers.